There's the jet boat down there with a few people on it. That's ran by, I believe, the same people as the Portland Spirit, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. There it goes. At least you're getting a tour of the waterfront. There's the other side. That's looking at that over there, right over there, kind of underneath the Burnside Bridge. That's the east side Esplanade. And that floats, that goes up and down with the water. All of that, let me zoom in. All of that structure right there goes up and down with the river. And I'll be on that pretty soon. And you'll get to see that. Now we're looking at the other side of the moors. And now we're coming up in the Oregon Maritime Museum of this boat. It's got the big spinning paddle wheel behind it. And I forgot, it's called the Portland. And I think it was used in one of the world wars. I don't remember which. But we'll drive by that. I mean, we won't drive by, we'll walk by. And I'll put that panel up there so you can see it. Again, this is the East Esplanade that we're looking at right now. And that whole structure floats. We're going underneath the Burnside Bridge, and you can see that whole structure. That floats on the river, and it rises with the river, the tide of the river. But now I'm going to pull back out so you can see the Burnside Bridge. Doing some trail work up here, I don't know what, but anyhow, trail work. And but what we're going to walk into here pretty soon is where they do the, oh, I have to get this duck that's quacking here. This is just too real. I tell you, these things are set up for me. Hey, baby. You want to say something to the audience? Oh, now he's shy. I think he's away from his crowd. And we're coming over here. This is where they do the Saturday market. And when this place is filled up, it's all full of booths and everything. And it's covered so that when it rains, it's not, you know, ruining the market. They just built this a couple years ago. And they have also added this water feature. So kind of neat, huh? And that thing, I think why they have those water things there is not only for the fact that it's a water feature, but I think it also helps clear the decks from when they have everything set up and it needs cleaned off. I know that it's chlorinated because you can smell it. So, anyhow, kind of neat, huh? Here's a look again at that place where the Saturday market meets and sets up. Now, where they used to go is directly down here, straight down here into the Skidmore Fountain area. They used to set up everything right underneath the bridge, straight down there. And in fact, I'll zoom in, you can see the old sign for the Portland Saturday Market. So that's where they used to set it up. This is the other side of the Burnside Bridge. And then you can see across the river there where the floating walkway is for the Esplanade. And then it goes up to the solid structure. But I want you to see two other fellas here. Right there. I wonder how much rent they pay. Oh. And we're coming up on a steel bridge. This is a very, very old bridge. And the Max light rail goes across it. So it's heavily used. One of our heavily used bridges. And then over just on the other side of it, to the right there, is grain silos where the ships pull up from the other countries and they fill up for their grain and we ship out the grain, like to Japan and China and everybody. So anyhow, now over there, that's the convention center, those points. And that little squared off looking little head behind the grains things there, that's the Memorial Coliseum. No, that's not the one. Yes, that is. No, that's not the Memorial Coliseum. That's where they play the Trailblazers games. The Memorial Coliseum is right next to it though. That's the Rose Quarter. Also where all the trains kind of come together and then you can switch trains. There's a train going across up right now across the bridge. So you can see. Here we are again, we're getting more of this. The convention center. Now we're really up close to the steel bridge so you can really see it. And over here they're doing work on it. They're putting a new rail because there's regular freight rail that goes in underneath it. And so pretty heavily used. Now we're going to continue with the vlog. see some of the equipment and how they do all this stuff. This is just a narrow little pathway that goes across the steel bridge. It has a little door that shuts when you walk, when the bridge has to go up. Now over there, we're back to the Esplanade. And that's an overpass, that's an I-5 off-ramp going over onto the 84, I believe. I'm not sure though, but I believe that's what it is. And anyhow, that's the Esplanade, and there's also boat dock there. So anyhow, kind of continue here a little bit. Here's that big grain silo. There's the Broadway Bridge. The streetcar goes across that. There's where the big ships come in and they fill up with their grain there. And you can see this is where cargo comes in with the freight trains come in. This is just a bridge that goes up and across over into the Peace Park. It's around, they cut the grass and stuff up there to make it look like a peace sign. And we'll get a little picture of this. And we'll get a picture of this. You can see it's getting ready to storm. It's just about, well, it's on the west side of the West Hills, but this is downtown Portland area. See if I can zoom in here a little bit. That's the Big Pink. There's a restaurant up there, at the very top. And here we are back to the Steel Bridge. As I'm walking away from it. Now we're back over here. Now we're heading over we're actually on the east side now, and we're heading over to the East Esplanade. Or this probably pretty much is the East Esplanade, I don't know. I don't ever consider it the East Esplanade really until you get to the, well, there's a sign coming up here, so it is. Anyhow, back with you in a few.